On the morning of July 19, 1972, the small coastal town of Mirbat in southern Oman awoke to the sound of war. The sun had barely risen when a force of over 250 heavily armed communist guerrillas, known as the Adoo, launched a surprise attack. Their goal: to seize Mirbat, win a decisive victory, and turn the tide of the Dhofar rebellion, a brutal civil war that had raged for nearly a decade. Inside the battered fort at Mirbat, just 9 British SAS soldiers and a handful of Omani gendarmerie and local militia prepared to make their stand. The SAS, Britain's elite special forces, were in Oman on a secret mission, training the Sultan's troops and helping to hold back the communist insurgency. But on this day, they would be forced into open battle, outnumbered more than 30-1. The attack began with a sudden, violent assault. The Adoo, supported by mortars and machine guns, quickly overran the outer pickets, catching the Omani defenders off guard. The SAS team, led by Captain Mike Keeley, scrambled to defensive positions, grabbing rifles and machine guns as the enemy closed in. The defenders knew that if Mirbat fell, the entire region could be lost. As bullets and mortar shells rained down, one man's actions would become legendary. Sergeant Talayasi Labalaba, a Fijian member of the SAS, sprinted through a hail of gunfire to reach a 25-pounder artillery gun positioned near the fort. This massive weapon normally required a crew of 6, but Labalaba, already wounded in the face, operated it alone. With blood streaming down his cheek, he loaded and fired shell after shell, blasting holes in the advancing enemy ranks and drawing their fire away from his comrades. Realizing Labalaba was in trouble, Trooper Sikonaya Takavesi, another Fijian SAS trooper, dashed across open ground under heavy fire to help him. Takavesi was hit in the shoulder but kept fighting, working alongside Labalaba to keep the gun firing. The two men, supported by a few Omani soldiers, held the line as the Adoo pressed closer, some getting within yards of the gun pit. Inside the fort, Captain Keeley coordinated the defense, calling for reinforcements and desperately requesting air support. The SAS and their Omani allies fought with everything they had: rifles, machine guns, mortars, and grenades, refusing to give ground. The battle raged for hours, with the defenders running low on ammunition and casualties mounting. As the situation grew desperate, the first Omani BAC Strikemaster jets appeared in the sky. Braving enemy fire, the pilots swooped low over the battlefield, unleashing rockets and machine gun fire on the Adoo positions. The sudden arrival of air support turned the tide. The guerrillas, stunned and bloodied, began to retreat. After nearly 7 hours of relentless combat, the Adoo withdrew, leaving behind at least 38 dead, though some accounts say the true number was much higher. The SAS had lost 2 men, including the heroic Sergeant Labalaba, whose actions almost certainly saved the garrison and the town. The Battle of Mirbat became a legend within the SAS and the British military, a story of courage, sacrifice, and determination against impossible odds. For years, the details of the battle were kept secret, and the soldiers waited 3 years for official recognition. Captain Mike Keeley received the Distinguished Service Order, and others were honored for their bravery. Labalaba was posthumously mentioned in dispatches, and many believe he deserved the Victoria Cross. Today, the Battle of Mirbat stands as a testament to the power of courage and teamwork. 9 SAS soldiers, outnumbered and outgunned, held their ground and changed the course of a war. Their story is a reminder that sometimes a handful of determined people can make all the difference. Subscribe to Minecraft Dark History for more heroic last stands and the heroes behind them.